My name's Harold Scott. I've gone by Hal, actually since my midlife crisis, which is kind of what this is about. I've been an engineer my whole life. I'm an entrepreneur. I was an engineer for 10 years with the IBM Corporation, and then started my first company. I've started three technical companies. I've sold two of them, and I'm currently in the final stages of one of the last one. Final being we're passing through the R&D stage and into production now and sales. When Hunju asked to do this, I didn't realize that that there's recognition of this 30 years, and let's see, you had two things, 30 years in 1970, and so I've just written a little time frame, and I fit it exactly. And I have a theory on why there's a midlife crisis amongst the men of that time period. Until my generation, women stayed at home and they looked nice when the husband got home. You know, all this typical stuff that you see on the old movies. And the women were going through a time period too, and actually none of us realized it. A few women worked, but not many. But they were trying to get involved. The women's movement was going, and they were trying to get involved. And this somehow affected the families. In my case, I know exactly how. I realized that. I'm getting a little bit ahead, but I'll just give you this summary. I realized that I didn't have this perfect life that I thought I had, and the center of that was my marriage, and I realized my marriage wasn't perfect, and so that's really the crux of this midlife crisis. Now, do you want some of the things that I recognized?
Yes.
The crisis?
Uh-huh.
A summary of that, and it's actually early 1970s. I bought a sports car. I took up flying lessons. I was very successful starting and operating a technical company. And I had, in the later stages of that 1970s, I had 240 people, employees, and a successful company that we later sold.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a cabin in the mountains, and the interesting part, I had a girlfriend, which is not too condoned because I was told I had a perfect life, and so everything is supposed to be perfect, and it turned out that it really wasn't perfect.
Is that when you started looking for Kate?
Well, I wasn't looking for her.
Uh-huh.
There's a movie called A Man and a Woman, and I saw that. I was in New York at a short class writing, and I saw that movie, and I just really identified. I fell in love with the woman in that movie, and I looked for that woman.
Mm-hmm. That was Kate?
Yeah, and I didn't know that. So what are the kind of questions? That's the summary.
Okay, thank you, Hal.
Do you want more?
No.